Well, the interesting thing is you talk about the top 10. Like the top 10 now, we're getting close to that sort of cut-off period. Like, is there going to be some inter-team tactics of getting other drivers in? Because, like, where I watched Declan Fraser, who was obviously with Heimgardner, and he got sort of unfortunately bit boxed out on turn 6. And Heimgardner actually lost. He's now out of the 10. So you reckon there's going to be some team tactics?
Who we got on the bubble now? Who's so obviously Andre.
Yep.
Kai's 10th. I know that. Kai Allen's 10th.
Randall must be 9th.
Randall's about 8th or 9th.
So they're not really going to be wanting to go into the biggest race of the year in this position, are they?
No.
It's a tricky situation.
I mean, this is really tricky. I mean, really tricky. I mean, having this cut line at the 1,000, it's really tricky because, I mean, I looked at it from a TV perspective. So you've got Neil Crompton and Mark Scaife calling Craig Lowndes over the line to win his 732nd Bathurst. But then you're focusing on what's happening for the cars 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th in the championship at the same time because it's critical. So you're celebrating the winner of the 1,000, but then you're also got to have this eye over on what's going on in the championship. I mean, that might resolve itself early in the race. You know, Bathurst being Bathurst, anything could happen. But it's really, really tricky that you might have to sacrifice a third or a fourth at Bathurst to ensure you get yourself into the 10 and for the championship.
Someone in that position trying to compete
plus
with
Enduro Cup. You know, those points for that bonus points.
That's right.
You almost can do what Feeney's done over 13, 14 races in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
For us. So if Matty Payne's a big contender, Cam Waters a big contender. If we can give him 25 bonus points,
that's
huge.
And a huge, I mean, championship points matter obviously for your seeding points.
Mm-hmm. That makes a big difference.
So many scenarios.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm really keen to see how it plays out. Like, I mean, we'll be spectators. 3 of us will be spectators by that stage. We'll just be sitting there watching, taking it all in. Mm-hmm. And I 100%. I mean, Lowndesy, you and I, when I was racing for my championship, we were into each other. You were Morse code on my rear bumper for the entirety of that race, and that's fair game. That was fair game.
Yep.
And so it was the other way around in 06 when you and Rick were going at it in the earlier heats. I was making sure I was doing whatever I could to help Rick with his championship, and that was fair game. And as long as you do it within the rules that Craig Baird has laid down, and I think that Craig's already sort of said, hey, anything that's out of control, you'll just be pulled out, basically. And I'm not sure that anyone's going to do that at the end of the race at Bathurst. So I'm really keen to see how it all plays out.
What about you, Wilbur, for Brody? Because are you a chance of the 10 or no mathematically?
No,
are you?
I'm long gone for the finals dream.
So
I was
have they mentioned any of that?
What's that?
Anything there from the team for the finals?
Not directly. It's obviously comes up in conversation and. Not exactly how would you play tactics, but of course it's after Bathurst. That's the one event where I can salvage some goodness out of my year that's been challenging, and that's the beauty of Bathurst. It's very unlike me that I'm not in the 10 at this time of the year, but we won't go into my season. But we know the potential's still strong. But anything but excellence at this stage in all elements of your car and your preparation just doesn't cut it. The depth is so high. But I've had rounds this year where I'm on the front row and qualifying well, so we know when it all clicks, you can be there. As you guys said, it's very much a car-orientated sport at the moment. The cars are so sensitive. So I'm just going there, guns blazing, nothing to lose, trying to, be in amongst the action at Bathurst. But after that is when these talks are going to take place. If you've got teammates in that 10, you are going to become a number 2. That's just a fact. What that means, I don't know. But, of course, you're going to do what you can to help your teammate in any way.
Well, what about you, GT? Obviously, as you said, you got Kai that's right on that cusp of falling in or out of it. So is like a Matty Payne going to go, I'll sacrifice a position to get you into that 10?
Oh, look, it's got to be so circumstantial, though, doesn't it? I mean, realistically, it comes down to the last 10, 15 laps of Bathurst, and the cars almost have to be running 4th and 5th or whatever they might be, and maybe Kai finishing 4th is the difference, then that circumstance will dictate one outcome. But if the cars are 3rd and 12th, then you can't change anything.
No.
So it's so circumstantial. So I think Will's point's valid that at Bathurst it's probably less likely, but if you do get for example, you get both cars into the final post Bathurst, then that becomes different. And then you'll look at it, and you have to look at it on a situation-by-situation basis. But I liked what Will said there, that, hey, you can have a really bad year and you can still win Bathurst, and then you're having a good year. So you've got effectively 18 cars like that right now that are not realistically going to be part of the finals. They couldn't care less. They don't care about the 12 cars racing into the final. So if they go and have a good Bathurst and they win it, they don't care. That's what their job is. They're going to try and win Bathurst.
It's the beauty of that race, isn't it?
That's what makes this thing so interesting. Yeah. It makes this whole deal so interesting.
100%.
I find the 10 funny too. You know, like you play out the whole year and then it comes down to one race. You're like, if you had the chance all year, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. If you're good enough throughout the whole year, you make the 10, don't you? But
yeah, that's the thing. If you're good enough,
when you're banking it on one race right at the end.
Yeah.
But then, like I said before, imagine Matt Payne loses his 25 points bonus and he moves over to let Kai through, and I'd take the 25-point bonus than the 2 cars in the 10, because that's going to be worth more to win it, isn't it? There's all these scenarios.
Yeah, there's too many scenarios.
I
think you can be cute and it bite you in the bum.
But I think it's going to be good to watch the finals to see these tactics play out, because there's team tactics like, you know, pit priority and all that sort of stuff.
Pit priority will be interesting.
And then we've seen it over years. Everyone says they don't, but the team car, I think Lowndesy, one of our cars, Steve Owen, come into Homebush and found himself in front of you and held you up for a little bit longer than he was meant to. But it happens. Like, they become focused on one person, don't they? That's the
Elaborate.
game.
What was this? What's this story? What's this Stevie Owen story?
Stevie O just got in front, and Lowndesy his radio was open for a while, was on fire, was lighting up.
Craig Lowndes wouldn't do that. He's a nice guy. He's always smiling. He never fires up.
But he had a very wide car, Stevie O, that day. But that's the tactics, and that's the fun part about this sport that we watch, isn't it? Like, it'll play out. This top 10's going to play out for sure back end of the year.
I mean, when they announced this system, whether you were for or against it, I suppose the perfect storm's brewing, isn't it? I mean, who would have thought you'd see someone running away with the championship like Brock Feeney with the stats he's racked up? It's pretty impressive. And I think the way he's handling it's quite good at the moment, because deep down you couldn't help but feel like, of all years, like, do we have to have this system coming in now? But that's just a distraction. If he lets that get to him, it's going to affect him in that key time of the year. But I kind of feel for him a little bit, because I honestly think it's wide open. This run home at the circuits they go to, you know, him being the sprint champion, doesn't really count for a huge amount. So it's pretty cruel, but it's where we've gone with the sport, and it's going to be exciting for people tuning in.
The finals aspect with Brock hasn't kicked in yet, because obviously we're not there yet. He's won the Sprint Cup and he's already in. But if this was regular championship season and Brock had a bad result at the Bend, which, you know, has happened in the past. I mean, I've been leading a championship going into Sandown and Bathurst and had a bad Sandown and a DNF at Bathurst and championship over. That's it, game over. And there was no finals then. If I would have loved to have been finals, because I would have been in the finals and I could have had another crack. So, you know, you can be in the situation that Brock's in right now. I mean, he could go to Bathurst. Something that the clutch could fail, lap 1. They're out of the race. Matt Payne wins it. He's leading the championship on points. So that could happen. And then all of a sudden, Brock Feeney loves the finals because he's back. Then it's complete reset and he's going again. So right now you can say, oh, this could happen, that could happen, this could happen. And, you know, because of the work that's happened prior. But in reality, we could go to Bathurst. Brock could have another bad day. Whatever could happen, Bathurst being Bathurst. And all of a sudden, the finals are his friend. And he's back into the game and he's on an even keel because the points don't matter anymore. So I think it's popular at the moment for fans on socials and all the rest of it to give Supercars a whack, saying we've got this final system, it's unfair and all the rest of it. Just wait. Let it play out and let's see what it does. I think it's great that we're doing something different.